Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Nerd Talk podcast. My name is Alex, and I'm here with my friend Vance.
Hello, just a quick reminder, Alex sounds a little different because his Skype on his computer crashed and he has to use his phone.
Yeah, and I'm not using my Apple headphones that sound better. I have Skull Candy ones that I'm using. I can't even hear myself talk. Like I sound muffled to myself right now.
Yeah. So, anyways, on that note, so today we're going to be talking about something very near and dear to our hearts, music, and to be specifically the master of the parody, Weird Al Yankovic. Now,
Yeah.
Now, as most of you know, his latest album, Mandatory Fun, celebrated quite a few weeks on the top of the Billboard charts, which was really a great feat for Weird Al because that was his first number one. And we're going to be discussing is how has Weird Al managed to survive 30 years in an ever-changing musical industry? So,
And and honestly, what I think is people need that kind of music. You know, he's hilarious. I don't think I've ever heard a Weird Al song that hasn't made me laugh.
yeah.
I think I've laughed at every single one of his songs, both the parodies and the originals. He's a genius.
Yeah.
And
Like I said, the music industry is always changing. The tastes of people who listen to music are always changing. He evolved from someone doing Michael Jackson parodies to now doing polka remixes of Miley Cyrus, Daft Punk, and other modern artists.
well, he's always on polka remixes. Every album has a polka remix on it.
Right, right. But what I'm saying is, from where he started, he got his start on Michael Jackson parodies.
Yeah.
And now he's evolved to modern music. He's adapted and evolved to meet the needs and demands of the music world, which is very impressive for someone who's been around the musical industry for 30 plus years now.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Weird Al is when the music industry changes, he changes with it. You know?
It's almost like one of those things where he doesn't move with the musical industry. It's almost as if the musical industry moves with him because he's
Yeah.
able to adapt and evolve so well.
Oh yeah. I mean, his new album Mandatory Fun it's fantastic. Like I don't like a lot of the original songs, Word Crimes was a parody of that Blurred Line song,
Yeah.
and Handy's a parody of Fancy or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of
I
the
don't
originals that he parodied, I don't care for, but he
Yeah.
makes them so funny.
His parodies are better a lot of times than the originals.
Yeah, and actually, some of his style parodies, like First World Problems, was a style parody of a little-known band known as the Pixies.
Mhm.
And I've listened to them; they actually are pretty good. But it's a style parody, and some of his style parodies are pretty fun. And
Yeah.
that's the thing about First World Problems. That's probably one of my favorites. It's either his polka remix or that one that are by far my
Mhm.
favorites.
He has a style parody. I couldn't tell you the band. I forget who it is, but his song "I'll Sue Ya," that's a style parody of a particular band.
I think it's the
And
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
you might be right. I honestly don't remember, but that's one of my favorite songs off of the Straight Out of Linwood album because it's so funny.
But I know what your favorite song is, Alex.
Yes, do you know what my favorite Weird Al song is? It's my theme song,
White and Nerdy.
White and Nerdy. I can actually rap that entire song. I can't do it now. I need the music to do it, but like I can rap that song, and about 2/3 of it explains me,
Mm-hmm.
which is scary.
Yep. Yeah. I'm not that devoted to my religion of nerdiness. But that's why we're here. That's why
Weird
we're here.
Al. And it was actually pretty funny because after the song Royals came out, I was actually trying to work on a parody I was going to call Foils, but he beat me to it. And honestly, what he came up with is a lot better than anything I could have ever done. Like, Foil was the first song I heard off of the album, and I fell in love with it because I love the original song. But then Weird Al decided that he had to do something with it, and I was like, "Yep, this is perfect."
The first one I saw was Tacky. And
Taki was good. I don't like
Taki
the
was
original song
nah.
much, but just because it's overplayed too much. But Taki's hilarious,
Oh yeah.
and the video was good too.
It
Getting all the
was.
celebrities in there and doing that was so cool.
It was. It was. And like I said, as Weird Al moves or as the music industry moves, Weird Al moves with them and is still able to collaborate with other
Mhm.
celebrities and stuff, which is incredible.
I mean, I've been listening to Weird Al, I think, since I was about 5 years old.
Same here.
One of my favorite songs when I was little was I Love Rock and Roll, and my dad showed
Uh,
me I Love Rocky Road, which I actually just listened to before we started the podcast. I had my Weird Al playlist going just to kind of get pumped for this.
Same here. I had I'm not gonna lie, I had First World Problems set, or it was I was listening to First World Problems for about half an hour, and then I listened to his polka remix right up until we started the podcast.
Hmm. Yeah,
Because
I had my playlist on shuffle and just kind of went from there.
because Alex, you are a more devoted fan. Me, I'm a little pickier with my
Oh
music.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, a lot of his songs I'm not a big fan of. Like Bedrock Anthem, I didn't like at all.
Hmm. He does have
Um,
those. He has those songs that I don't particularly care for, but I still like them.
oh
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
without a doubt.
There's that I don't hate a single Weird Al song. They're all perfect. There's actually because of Spotify, I cannot find all of his stuff because I don't actually own it. I only own I think like 4 albums is what we have,
I
and
own a
he has
Weird
many
Al.
more than that.
I actually have a VCR tape. That
Hmm.
used to be my dad. It's actually my dad's, and it's got some of his original classics like Christmas at Ground Zero, Eat It, Fat, uh,
Hmm.
Ricky. Um, it's got a lot of his original songs. So,
Yeah. Well, but the thing is with the playlists that I created on Spotify, because I took everything they had of Weird Al, which is everything he's recorded, and put it on that playlist. And I discovered this song called Lasagna, which was a parody of La Bamba. And I swear to God, that song had me on the floor laughing because it was so funny. And I had just recently discovered it. I think it was like a week ago. And it's perfect. Weird Al, to me, I consider Weird Al to be the Robin Williams of music.
too soon, Alex.
He's
Too soon.
It's not too soon. It's not too soon. Weird Al is one of the funniest men alive, and one of the funniest men ever, coming second only to Robin Williams. But
When talking in their specific industries, Robin Williams dominated TV and movies. But when it comes to
yeah,
music, Weird Al has him beat because, well, Robin Williams never sang.
actually he did, but we'll talk about that later.
That's a topic for another discussion, apparently.
It's only one song, but yeah. Anyway, um, I freaking love Weird Al, and when 2 years, I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, I think it was my sophomore year. The Alapalooza concert that premiered on Comedy Central. Did you watch that?
The what?
Alapalooza, or the no, it wasn't Alapalooza. The Alpocalypse.
You know what? I heard about that. I did not watch it.
I forget where I was. I know I wasn't home the night it premiered, but I had it recorded because I told myself you were gonna watch that because it's Weird Al and you're gonna sit down and you're gonna watch it. And honestly, his live performances are just as good as his music videos.
Oh yeah.
He is he is hilarious
He's
in
just
concert.
as he's still very young. He started out young and he's still fairly young, so he's got a lot of energy to perform, which I find really
Right.
admirable.
Actually, I think he's in his 50s,
Is he?
which is oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's not young, but he's not
He's not old.
like ancient, right? But and the best thing about Weird Al is the accordion.
Yeah.
Freaking, he plays the accordion, and that's just so funny. It's not an instrument that you really hear a lot, and that it fits his song type, you know.
Especially the polka remixes, you know. The
Yeah,
accordion
that's why he does
makes the
them.
polka remixes.
Yeah, that's why he does the polka because he can do the accordion.
Right.
But he's a talented accordion player. But he's really good at it.
Oh yeah.
His have you seen the movie UHF?
UHF, no I have not.
It's a movie he was in. Well, not just in. I think he wrote it too. He starred in it, and I'm pretty sure he wrote it. But it's a really funny movie. I watched it last year on my 17th birthday. My dad and I just wanted to do something, so we rented UHF and we watched it. And honestly, it was great. It had an original song in it that he parodied. If you've heard the song "Money for Nothing"
By Dire
by
Straits.
Dire Straits, yep, that. That's actually part of my favorite album. But again, topic for another time. He parodied that song for that movie. The very it's one of the opening scenes, I believe. It's he parodies it, and it's called Beverly Hillbillies, and it's pretty good. It's on
Is
my
that a
playlist.
parody of that Weezer song?
No, the Beverly Hillbillies is a parody of Money for Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah, if you've, I think I saw you create a playlist on Spotify for Weird Al.
I did.
Did you did you take everything that he did?
No, I went through and really picked out the songs that I absolutely love. Because, like I said,
Uh,
I don't like all of his stuff. Like I
yeah,
said,
well,
Bedrock,
it's
Anthem, and Christmas at Grand
yeah,
Theater are songs that I really didn't care much for.
yeah, it's on there. It's I because I've listened to it on Spotify, but yeah, that's a pretty good one. His parodies are fantastic, and I really hope that and I think he's gonna do more. Like I can't see him not.
Oh no,
I don't see him quitting anytime
I don't
soon.
see him retiring anytime
Just
soon.
because there's
Like
always going to be music, and it's always going to be parodied.
like I said, as he's advanced with the industry, he's also trying to collaborate with a lot of other people. Some of you might know that he actually
Hmm.
did. He actually played a role in Epic Rap Battles of History a few weeks back,
Yes. Oh my God,
playing
that was the greatest
Sir
thing ever.
Isaac Newton. That's probably one
Dude,
of
the
my
moment I
favorite
saw
battles.
that, that was my favorite. I think I almost cried watching that because it was just so perfect.
It was. It was.
Because honestly, for a white middle-aged dude, that guy can rap.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, white and nerdy. That's a fantastic song, and he's a
and
white middle-aged dude.
yeah. But I mean, when you think about it, we actually have a lot of decent white rappers in the music industry. I mean, like
Oh
Nice
yeah,
Peter and Epic Lloyd have been doing that for a couple years, and they're pretty good. So
I mean, Eminem's good, but I don't like rap to begin with, so that's just another thing. But
yeah.
there's actually the guy that wrote "Ride and Dirty," which is the original,
Right. For the original
song.
song for White Nerdy.
He said he was impressed with Weird Al's parody and that he couldn't believe how well he could rap.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of artists that consider it an honor to be parodied by Weird Al. And in my opinion, you haven't made it until Weird Al has decided to parody you.
Because nowadays he from what I've noticed though, he's parodying a lot of songs that have really made it mainstream though. So I guess that's
Yeah,
where that
yeah,
kind of comes in.
because he knows people will listen to that because they've heard the original. So what's he gonna do with the parody? And that's what I do. It's like, well, I've heard this song. What's he done with it?
Right.
And it's honestly really funny. And
Yeah.
of course, there's also the legal issues that a lot of people don't like it when he parodies them, and they won't allow him to do it. Michael Jackson had this song called I think it's called Black or White.
Yeah. Black or
I think
white.
that's what it's called. My Weird Al wanted to parody it and call it Snack All Night, but Michael Jackson wouldn't allow him to because he said that he felt like it would ruin the message of the original song,
Right.
which is
Which
like
was like
racism.
racial equality.
Yeah, racism is stupid, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And he felt like Weird Al would kind of ruin that, which makes sense.
Yeah, I can see where that might.
Weird Al doesn't have to parody everything, and he's already done 2 Michael Jackson songs to begin with. So I
Fat
mean,
and Eat It, which happen to be two of my favorite parodies.
yeah, those and Eat It being his first parody,
So
and still very good for a beginner.
yeah, most people, as I'm looking at the music industry, most people make quite a few songs before they really start to catch on and get famous. Weird Al made "Eat It," and it was just like that. People knew who he was right from
Well,
the
Weird
get-go.
Al got popular off of this radio show called Dr. Demento's.
Right.
There's a guy called Dr. Demento, and I have an album of all the novelty songs that got popular because of him. And Weird Al, his career is pretty much launched overnight. I mean, Eat It was on the radio, and it was played so many times, and it got popular. And then from there, we've got a lot of funny music from him.
Yeah, like I
And
said, most people can come out with an album, maybe even two or three before they really start to catch on. Weird
yeah,
Al made "Eat It" and was on that top radio show, and it was just instant success, you know.
Yeah, and the thing about what Weird Al does is it's freaking hard, man.
It is.
I mean,
I have tried writing a parody, and it is hard making something
I'm
that's still.
still trying to write one, and it's taken me about 2 years to work on, and I haven't gotten far with it at all. And he cranks out an album like every 2 years ish, kind of, sort of, a little bit.
2 years ish, sort of. Make up your mind there, Alex.
I forget when. I think Straight Out of Linwood came out 2008, maybe. I'm probably wrong, but then there was the concert a couple years ago, and then the album this year. His music isn't. He's not releasing a new album every year, but
No, no.
it is. They are frequent enough, and it's
It's frequent enough to keep you interested in him. It's frequent
yeah,
enough to keep him. Um.
it's keep him popular,
Yeah.
to keep him known. Yeah, and it's cool because a lot of the songs that he parodies really have just come out, and yet he's already got a parody for it. I don't
Yeah.
think that dude sleeps. I think he just stays up all night writing parodies.
Right. And I think one of his cooler, quote unquote, cooler album covers was Bad Hair Day, which
Yeah,
contained Amish Paradise, which was a really funny parody, actually.
I love that song. It's one of my favorites.
Um, parodying Gangsta's Paradise. That
Yeah.
album, when I saw it, I hadn't even listened to a song. I just looked at the album for 5 minutes and was laughing so hard, just because of his face and his hair. He had all the
Yeah.
hair, like it was crazy, and it's only recently that I learned why his hair was like that. The original artist for Gangsta's Paradise, his name was Coolio. He had his
hmm
hair like that.
Uh, Weird Al parodying everything, and he does. He parodies not only are the songs parodies, but a lot of the times the videos themselves are parodies
I know.
of the music videos,
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool.
like Eat It. Not only was it a song parody, the entire music video was a parody.
hmm
Everywhere from
It,
them having the two forks and fighting over the chicken.
yep. It was. I think it was shot like scene for scene as a parody.
Oh
And
yeah.
if you watch the original and watch Eat It,
All the
it's
verses line up with how it was supposed to be and stuff.
hmm
So,
it's he's amazing. God, I love Weird Al.
oh yeah. Yeah. So,
And then shoot, I had one more point to make about Weird Al. Oh, and just a lot of the cameos he's on. He's been in The Simpsons. He had an appearance there. I think like we said, he had an appearance on Epic Rap Battles of History.
which he did
And
incredibly well in.
oh yeah, and not and I'm not trying to be a Weird Al fanboy when I say that he won. I'm not saying he won because I love Weird Al.
But he
Honestly,
is a Weird Al fanboy.
I am a Weird Al fanboy, but I honestly think he won because the guy that did Bill Nye, while he did great,
That was
he
that
did.
was nice, Peter.
Okay, you know what? Nice Peter did not hold up to Weird Al, and I'm not saying that because I'm in love with Weird Al, but I
you're in
think
love
Weird
with
Al
Weird Al.
I am in love with Weird Al, but I think Weird Al out-rapped him.
And I'm not gonna lie with you, but you
Not
can't
gonna
deny
lie.
that the guy who played Neil deGrasse Tyson, he did better than Bill Nye. I
Dude,
honestly,
that was sweet. I loved that.
because it was just awesome.
Scientific black guy. That's my favorite thing. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. I love Weird Al. I used to like Bill Nye, so that
But you know how Neil deGrasse Tyson is like really, staying hip and everything, as they say.
hmm hmm
How cool would it have been if they had actually gotten Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Okay,
That would have been
I
an
would have.
immediate win.
I think I would have cried, and I would just have to just marry to the internet at that point.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest win you could have on the internet. Weird Al and Neil deGrasse Tyson. And maybe even actual Bill Nye in a rap battle.
Well, Bill Nye's getting old, man.
Well, yeah, and he's kind of a douche, but you know what? That's a topic for another discussion.
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's tough for another session. We're probably gonna end up discussing that quite a bit after this goes off. Because I need to have a word
Yeah.
with you, Alex.
Oh, we'll talk. We'll talk.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely talk. So,
All
Well,
right. Anything else you want to add about Weird Al?
nothing else I really want to add. I mean, we've pretty much covered our bases. You know, he stays up to date in the music industry. He parodies songs that everyone knows, and everyone's always really wondering what is he gonna bring to the table.
Hmm.
So
So
no,
let me ask you this. I don't know if you've already said it, but what's your favorite Weird Al song?
I don't know. I'm kind of tied between Fat, First World Problems, and his latest polka remix. Now that's what I call polka.
Hmm. We all know mine because we just said it, but
White and
mine is
dirty.
White and Nerdy. But here's another good question for you. What song would you like to see him parody?
Ooh, that's. Put your answer down in the comments below.
Yeah, I want to know both all of their favorite songs and the song they'd like to see parodied.
Yeah, that too.
But you don't have to say what it had to be parodied into because honestly, it'd be hard. But is there anything you'd like to see him do?
Hmm.
And it can be modern, it can be an older song. It doesn't matter. It's just any song.
I think. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of a single song Weird Al could parody. Because a lot of the songs he's parodied, I think, are the ones that I would want to see him parody.
Yeah, he's already done a lot of the popular songs. Maybe I'd kind of like to see Weird Al do "Talk Dirty to Me," but
Uh,
parody it into "Talk Nerdy to Me."
Somebody already did that.
Yeah, but somebody did it, but nobody did it in the geniusness of Weird Al.
Well, that's true, but you have to admit the guy who did
Well,
that music video was
right. Oh,
absolutely brilliant.
many people have done it. I've sine so many parodies of that on the internet,
I
and
post,
they've all done a great job.
yeah, there's one I posted on Facebook that you probably need to check out, but
I would like to see Weird Al's take on that.
I would too. But final thoughts, Alex?
I've got nothing. I've really covered everything. So, like we said, leave your favorite Weird Al song below and a song you'd like to see him parody.
All right, and I'll leave a link to a poll in the description. We're bringing that back. It's been a couple weeks, and we realized we didn't have a guest this week either. A lot of stuff's coming up. I'm starting college tomorrow
I've
when
just
this
been
goes
so
up. It'll be today when this goes up, but I'm starting college tomorrow because we're recording this on Sunday. And a lot of stuff's come up. We weren't able to get a guest. We're trying
I'm
not to
hoping to
make a
get one
storm, but
for next week.
but
I'm really hoping. A lot of my friends aren't big. I have one friend that's a Weird Al fan, but she's busy today.
so anyways, I'll leave a poll link in the description. And until next time, my friends, stay nerdy.
Adios. Wait, I already said that. Oh well, goodbye.